So day-to-day basis, like being that routines and everything. But for busy individuals, physical activity often gets cut first. So what is, from your perspective, maybe a minimal effective dose of those structured exercise that you prescribe? And how do you ensure that compliance when you have that minimal time gap when you're like
So
a high performer?
yeah, so everybody is an individual, and I think that I always say, like, I've never worked or met somebody who isn't busy. Busy is just a word we use to fill our time. We're just everyone's busy. I've never met someone walking around twiddling their thumbs. So I think that if the longer we continue to tell ourselves we're too busy for something, is the longer we'll continue being too busy. However, to meet people at their level, when I start working with somebody, we use the track, assess, and adapt. And I always ask them at the very start, let's track what your current activity levels are like. And often 2,000 steps a day. They've not been in the gym for years. They're not doing much on the weekend. That's what they're currently like. So it's like, okay, well, let's set a 20% increase in activity for the next week or two. And they'll look at me like I've got 10 heads and say, that's too easy. And I say, it needs to be easy because I want you to create a habit. I don't want you to be a 5 times a week in the gym for a month and then you've not bothered again after that. I actually want to start creating habits,
Yeah.
because what I want to do, and I always say it to them, I say, I want you to remember me telling you this now. If I get you being